Episode 3 Weird Food Combos.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard about the latest trend in the culinary world? It's all about weird and bizarre food combinations. People are mixing and matching ingredients like never before, and I have to say, some of these combinations are truly out there. For example, have you heard about the sushi burrito? It's like someone couldn't decide between Japanese and Mexican cuisine, so they just decided to put them together in one big, confusing mess. I mean, come on, is it sushi or a burrito? Make up your mind, people. And then there's the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a good PB&J as much as the next person, but let's be real, it's a little weird when you think about it. Who was the first person to look at a jar of peanut butter and a jar of jelly and think, you know what, these two things would be great together? But you know what's even weirder than that? Pineapple on pizza. I mean, seriously, who came up with that idea? I don't know about you, but when I'm eating pizza, I want my toppings to be savory and delicious, not sweet and fruity. It's like putting ketchup on ice cream or sprinkling sugar on your steak. It just doesn't make sense. And let's not forget about the ultimate bizarre food combination, chocolate-covered bacon. I mean, come on, if you want something sweet, eat a chocolate bar. If you want something savory, eat some bacon. But putting them together? That's like mixing oil and water, or trying to make a movie based on a video game. It's just not meant to be. But you know what? Despite all of these weird and bizarre food combinations, there's one thing that will always be a classic, a good old-fashioned cheeseburger. It's simple, it's delicious, and it doesn't require any crazy or confusing ingredients. So let's all raise a glass to the cheeseburger, the one food that will never let us down. Alright, folks, let's talk about weird and bizarre food combinations. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I think people are just trying to mess with us when they come up with these strange concoctions. I mean, who in their right mind thought it was a good idea to put pickles on a pizza? And don't even get me started on pineapple. Look, I'm not saying pineapple on pizza is a crime against humanity, but let's just say if you're going to put fruit on a pizza, it better be a damn good fruit. And then there are those people who put ketchup on everything. I mean, everything. Burgers, hot dogs, eggs, even steak. Look, I don't want to judge, but if you're putting ketchup on a steak, you might as well just eat a shoe. But the weirdest food combination I've ever seen has got to be the infamous peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a slice of cheese. Now, I don't know who came up with this, but I'm pretty sure they were high as a kite. I mean, peanut butter and jelly is a classic combo, but throwing a slice of cheese in there just ruins the whole thing. It's like putting a hat on a hat. And let's not forget about those fancy restaurants that like to serve up weird food combinations just for the sake of being fancy. I once went to a restaurant where they served a dish that was literally just a piece of toast with a fried egg on top and a side of pickled vegetables. I mean, come on. I could make that at home and save myself $100. Look, I'm not saying we shouldn't try new things or experiment with different flavors. But let's not forget that sometimes, the classics are classic for a reason. And let's leave the weird food combinations to the professionals. Have you ever heard of those weird food combinations that people swear by? Like pickles and ice cream, or peanut butter and bacon? What's up with that? Are people trying to make themselves sick or something? I mean, I get it, sometimes you're hungry and you just throw a bunch of stuff together to see what sticks. But some of these food combos are just bizarre. And the worst part is, people actually enjoy them. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a world where pickle ice cream is considered a delicacy. Personally, I'm not very adventurous when it comes to food. I like my meals to be straightforward and predictable. I don't need any surprises on my plate, thank you very much. But apparently, there are some people out there who thrive on the weird and unexpected. I remember one time, I went to a friend's house for dinner, and they served me this dish that was supposed to be a combination of sweet and savory flavors. It was a chicken breast stuffed with chocolate chips and blue cheese. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. It tasted like someone had spilled a bag of chocolate chips into my chicken dinner, and then added a dollop of moldy cheese on top. Look, I'm all for trying new things and stepping out of your comfort zone. But when it comes to food, some things are just not meant to be combined. So let's all agree to stick with the classics, and leave the weird food combos to the culinary daredevils out there.
And that wraps up another laughter-filled episode of Not So Funny A. If you enjoyed the jokes generated by our AI algorithms, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our comedy-loving community.